good morning, Australia. 7:30 a.m. Good afternoon, the USA. 4:30 p.m. I think, Miami, and good evening, the UK, where it is 9:30 p.m. So this week, a bit different, on earlier, so that we can connect with a lot more people around the world. This morning I'm speaking to Jerry Ropero. He's an international DJ. He's also has bipolar, and he is a neuro-linguistic programmer. So he'll be coming on any second. I'm waiting for him to come aboard. Let's see if we can find him and invite him. Jerry. Invite. While we're waiting for... Here he is. He's joined. And I can hear him coming. There you are, Jerry. Good morning.
I was making you nervous. Like, let him talk first. And I was like, where is he? Where is he?
Because at 7 o'clock, you texted me and said, are we on yet, brother? And I'm like, no, another 20 minutes. And then when I came in and started, I said, are you there? And then
I thought it was four sharp for me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no,
so good morning for you.
Yeah, it's good. It's, first thing in the morning. I'm not usually that good at talking straight away. Usually I've got a bit of a drive to get to work, so I've got time to get my head together. But this morning I had to snap it on.
I can wait. Go on, take your coffee and everything. People here is watching already. They can, come on, wake up.
So are you in Miami for the music festival?
I'm generally in Miami at the moment. And okay. But yes, of course, the music festival was just finished. Right. What is today? Monday, right? So it finished yesterday.
No, it's Tuesday for you, Wednesday for me.
Oh, it's Tuesday? Okay. So
yeah.
it finished like 2 days ago. I'm sorry.
Well, you've just finished, I guess, DJing and partying and having a good time, meeting lots of people. So, you're going to be pretty tired. You've been up late.
No, but I'm not part of the nightlife anymore. So I'm the day man.
It gets to get that age, doesn't it, where you just go, I can't do this tonight.
I don't do this anyway. No, I don't do drugs. I don't do alcohol. Music is sometimes for me way too loud. Can you imagine? After so many years of DJing, and then all of a sudden the music kind of annoys me. I like to wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning and do different things. Though I love to DJ too. That's true.
Yeah, look, I must admit, as I've got older, I don't listen to music in the car anymore because I just feel like, I just want some peace and quiet.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
That's why I don't have a car.
Oh, okay.
So I have even more peace.
Do you have a driver?
Yeah, I have a lot of drivers. Every day, almost another one. I'm very lucky. It's called Uber.
Good. Uber. They're always thinking, this multimillionaire is just driving all over the planet, and actually you're using Uber. That's good.
Yeah, I'm using Uber. I like other people to make money too.
Yeah. Well, do you want to just tell people a little bit about your DJing first off, about what sort of stuff you've done? Because I was trying to find the track, and then I worked out that I would play it on my phone, but then I can't play it on my phone because we're talking.
Where shall I start? I have no idea.
Well, in the 90s, 2000s, 2010s, you've still been remixing. You've been remixing for people over the last 3 decades.
Yeah.
DJing everywhere. I guess you started small. I'm reading your bio for you.
keep on reading because there are things I don't even remember. No, but it's true. I always say that.
You came from, was it your father or your grandfather was a jazz musician?
So my grandfather was a jazz musician. My dad is a Spanish musician. And it's all in the family. So in fact, yes, of course, I started small. It's like, almost 36 years ago.
Wow.
And started working in a little bar in Malaga. And actually, the owner of the little bar is still one of my best friends nowadays. So that was really like the beginning of my little small career. But I said, okay, I don't want to just be a DJ like in some bars in Malaga. If I do this, I have to do this big time. But not actually because I wanted to be famous or whatever. No, it was just like challenging. You see, if I do something, I do it big. And that's it. And then at least I go big. And if I stay in the middle of the way, I'm happy too.
Yep.
You see, it's not about like being famous, whatever. I always say the same. My music is famous. I'm not famous. I mean, I'm sorry, it's not my fault. You see? So, and when you think like this, then it's way nicer, you know, because if something doesn't work out, well, it doesn't work out, but at least you have fun doing it. And that's always like my philosophy. See, with production, exactly the same. I started with an Atari back then. Atari, this was like nothing, and then all of a sudden we had a sampler because I did it together with my cousin, and then we had a sampler, an Akai, very small one, and you had like 9 seconds. No, 8. I think it was 18 seconds in mono, and if you put it in stereo, it dropped to 9 seconds. So imagine you had like a kick, a hi-hat, something more, and then the sampler was full already. And that's it. With this we were working. But actually, it was really nice because it's not like nowadays. We all have so many sounds and so many things we can use, and you know. So I think even now or more now, it's there where you have to use really your brain and your inspiration, because you have to maneuver through the whole jungle of sounds that you have there at hand. Back then, it was easier in the way that you said, okay, I just have this. With those elements, I have to try to make a great record. I'm never going to say a hit, but a great record. So I'm happy that I was living through those times. The times where you had to learn to use a mixing console, not just like a plug-in, put on, put off, blah, 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 blah. No, it was really like, you know, every day at the studio, it was like a new challenge, like something interesting. So, okay, what am I going to do today? This is sounding good. This is not sounding good. And you have to really mix on a very big console. To me, it was much more fun, honestly. Much more fun. And then I started my DJ career. Out of the blue, actually. The big one, I mean, out of the blue.
Well, tell us some of the people you've remixed for.
Oof. Did so many remixes. You mean the big ones or the smaller ones? I don't know. I think I've done a lot of remixes. Michael Jackson I remixed. Britney Spears track, I think, back in the days too. I even was recording Jose Carreras when I was at the big studio, but it was not remixing. It was really like recording his vocals because he needed it, and then they were doing something in Italy with it. But it was nice to have him on the other side of the window, recording, you know. And, you know, with the little button, like, can you sing that again? That was not that good, you know. It was a lot of fun. Amazing singer, obviously. I don't know, Tiesto, I did remixes. Tiesto remixed me. I remixed Axwell. Axwell remixed me as well. Yeah, a lot of people. I don't really remember. That's why I'm saying a lot of people.
When we did the podcast, I think it was it last year or the year before? You know, you were telling me all these people you mixed for and all these songs that you'd mixed, and I was like, wow, mate, these are all the songs I grew up on in the clubs. You know, it was just amazing that you had remixed all these.
You're young, I'm old.
I'm older than you.
Don't debate this today. That's another one. That's for in the next 2 years. Yeah.
But anyway, after we got off the podcast, I went and had a look through my CD collection, and I played some of them, and I was like, wow, I remember this in the club.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So now, you know, as I don't have all those records anymore, so you're like my backup. So can you please send me that track? I don't have it anymore. It's true. I don't even have my own vinyls anymore. Wow, you know, moving from city or from country, you know, vinyls are super heavy. And then you start like, okay, being a couple of way, another couple of way, blah, blah, blah. At the end, it's like, okay, take it all with you. And that's it. I'll find it somewhere on the internet. And of course, some hard disk crashed as well. And this chair is really annoying. I'm sorry to the people who's looking at me the whole time. You don't hear it? No?
No. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You can hear it, right?
You shouldn't have notified us of it because we wouldn't even realize it was happening.
I shouldn't have said that, no? No, but I'm an honest guy. Look, listen. You see? So.
And do you travel with your dog?
A manager. Of course. Jay is here. I have the phone you know, like on the ring, so I look a little bit better. But he's laying here. Jay is going everywhere with me. You know, one of my best friends, Andres Mijangos, is, you know, the king of Afro House. And so I always said my manager. So as he's called Jay, he said, but why don't you say manager instead of manager? So that's it. It's like, he's my manager. And funny enough, when I get booking inquiries and then they send me the contract or whatever, and then the flights, etc., they already ask me, is the manager coming with you, yes or no, in order to book his flight? That's really not a joke. So he's pretty famous. He's actually famous. We've been everywhere, like in Turkey, Austria, Slovenia, Belgium, Germany. Obviously, look, Jeremy talks to strangers. Hi, Jeremy. Jeremy's a great guy. You should talk to him. He's an amazing guy. I have to say that one second. Jeremy, he's the one who started with these hugs for free around the world. So he was really traveling everywhere and giving people free hugs on the street. You might have heard about him. That was amazing. And look, Ryan is here, also Ryan Nurse, great guy from the UK. You see, guys, this is where we have to connect each other, everybody. That's very interesting, very important as well, because we're all thinking the same. We have the same cause, you know, one with more followers, the other with less followers. We don't care about that. You know, the thing is the mission and the message is exactly the same. So I love you too, guys.
It's all about mental health, psychology, positivity, inspirational people.
Yeah. That's why people is always like, Jerry, from DJ to trained psychotherapist. What a change. I say, yeah, thanks God. I said, thanks God.
And that was why we spoke originally in the podcast, because,
correct,
you know, if you'd said you're an international DJ, I would have gone, yeah, where do I go with that? But then you said you had your own issues with bipolar and being diagnosed, and then you were an NLP practitioner. Bang, there's the connection. There's where we've got something to talk about. Because it's great that you're an international DJ. It's fantastic. But then you've also got a really good story following that. And it's also what you put out on the internet, on social media, and how you actually help people. That is what's your big thing now.
Well, that is my big thing at the moment. You know, I mean, I told you actually already. I've told you many times. I said I have golden records, platinum records, super happy, and you know, the satisfaction is amazing. Though I never had like a golden records or platinum records at the wall, because who cares? You know, I don't have to walk into my living room and see all the golden records and platinum records, because I know I did them. I don't need this ego feed. Thanks God I don't have ego. And then when I was diagnosed bipolar, it was not really shock, because somebody told me already before, but this was really the official diagnosis. And you know, guys, diagnosing bipolar is one of the most difficult mental health disorders to diagnose. So you really have to do like physical tests and psychological tests, not only psychological tests. So, okay, well then I said, okay, I have to take it from here. But the thing is, the more therapy they were giving me, is that your coffee? Strange.
And that's, look, it's my water.
Oh, shit, water. I was like, oh.
That would be a huge coffee.
True, but yeah, okay, but you have a long day too in Australia, right?
Yeah.
So I was getting therapy and I was falling in love with the therapy. I said, wow, this is really amazing how they're talking to me, how I don't even realize that they're, you know, already like fixing my brain somehow. So I want to learn that. I want to learn that not only because I'm bipolar myself, but because I wanted to help the people in the music industry, in the DJ industry, who I know have a lot of problems as well. Of course, the DJ industry, well, you know what the DJ is. DJs, champagne, women, party, etc., etc. That's a little bit the image of the DJ. I don't want to insult anyone. But who's going to say I have a mental health issue? So I decided to be the first one to go on TV, and this was on a celebrity show in Romania. And I said openly, I am bipolar. I have a mental disorder. So when people say to me, you're crazy, I say, it's true, I am crazy. I'm officially crazy. Here are the papers, so, you know, and then they shut up. It's a very funny way. And so yeah, being bipolar, it's not a blessing. Like people say, oh no, but you know, all the artists are bipolar, and that's why they do great things. Bullshit. Not everybody is bipolar. Artists are also in a regular state of mind, doing amazing stuff as well. I think it's more a curse than to be blessed, because it's fucked up. I tell you. I mean, I am in a. We call this in psychiatry, in psychotherapy, everywhere. We say this is remission. What that means is that you have less episodes, and when the episodes come, they are less deep.
Right.
So this is really cool. But when they come, they're horrible. I mean, that's why it's called bipolar mental disorder. Otherwise, it would be called party, or it would be called something else. So when they come, it's fucked up. People say, blessed? No, not blessed. It's fucked up. But the more and more therapy I was becoming, and when I became a therapist, the therapy I was giving, and I am giving nowadays to people, is like a therapy to myself as well. You see? So this is, let's say, if you want to say it's blessed, it's blessed because I understand the people I'm treating, because I feel it inside as well. And one important thing I want to say, because a lot of people is asking me, bipolar, it's like double personality. No, it's not. Is it aggressive? No, it's not. Because that's the question I get the most. But what is the double personality? No, it's not double personality. It's just the same personality who is suffering of a bipolar disorder, which is going up in a maniac or down in the depressed. That's why it was called manic depressive disorder back then. And aggressive? No, we're not aggressive. We just don't feel well. It's just in the brain, something is happening, chemical imbalance stuff. A lot of people don't believe in that. Well, if you don't believe in that, be happy that you don't have it. Because I have a lot of people who say, no, but this is not true. This is just, with the power of your mind, the blah, blah, blah. No, ladies and gentlemen, power of mind, nothing. When you are in a down, you are in a down. Power of mind is off.
Yeah.
And normally people will say, well, it's just a label, or it's just something that you think, and it's with your own motivation and with your own power of mind again, and the energies and stuff, you can heal it. No. And all of you saying that is because you're not bipolar. It's because you're not suffering this. So I'm going to shout this out one second. I'm going to use the podcast to shout this out. To everybody who is too fast in judging people. Judging is shit anyway. But it's too fast in judging people, saying, but with your energies or your chakras or your whatever, you can control, you can heal yourself from a disorder. No, that's not true. And then you're saying, why? Because you're not suffering. Again, I have to say it. So take it easy. Don't insult people. Don't insult people like me who are going through this shit. And try to be a little bit more kind instead of judging. And if you have no idea what you're talking about, please research and talk with people who are suffering about this before you go with the idea of you can, go to Peru and take some ayahuasca and then you will be, no. So maybe this is I'm going to cut this out. Actually, I'm going to put it again on Instagram as a story, but maybe a lot of people is going to be angry with me. You can be. It's fine with me, no problem. But please don't insult people who is suffering. Don't tell them that with the power of whatever, you're going to heal yourself. No. And at the same time, you are insulting psychiatrists who have been studying their fucking ass off, sorry for my French, to learn how to help us, because they really help us. The whole thing with the power of the mind and you're not helping us. I listen to them, and thanks to them, I have my medication, and thanks to them, I'm feeling great. And while I'm feeling great, talk with you guys, and I'm feeling very happy today.
Yeah, look, I loved when we spoke in the podcast, how you explained how you came to your diagnosis and the doctor you saw and the help you got and the dramatic change you felt over some time. And I've spoken to other people who didn't have a diagnosis, and someone actually said to them, I think you might have ADHD, or I think you might have anxiety. And then they've gone away and thought about it, and then they've got some treatment, and then they've gone, wow, I thought there might be something wrong, but it's when someone actually tells you or explains their story like you're just explaining now, that actually resonates with that person. And then they go, actually, I need to go and talk to someone and see what I can do here. And the biggest thing I think is we need to get away from all the stigma around anything to do with any mental health issue, because then people are more accepting, and people are more accepting to tell other people, look, I have bipolar or I have anxiety, because they don't feel that fear of judgment.
Right. So the most important element is from the side of somebody who is suffering some kind of mental health problem. The first thing is go for help. Don't be ashamed. Don't be. I wasn't ashamed either. Go ask for help, because it's the only start that you have in getting better. So don't be ashamed. The shame you have to put aside for other things, but don't be ashamed because of that, because that's the way you're going to learn how to treat yourself and how they're going to treat you. And then it's when you're going to have that life standard that you are really eager for, because you are somewhere in a very dark place and you want to get out of it, but you have no clue how. That's always the big problem. And then what happens? The overthinking happens. How do I do this? How do I do that? Then you start looking in internet. You ask Dr. Google. Dr. Google is giving you normally, false information, misinformation, too much information. You don't know what to do anymore. So take it easy. Go to somebody who understands and talk to that person. And somebody who understands that is not going to laugh about you. Is going to be happy that you came, because they've been through the same thing. So if there is people who want to come and talk to me because they feel maybe they were not diagnosed or something, but they feel there is something, not clocking there, which is fine, come talk to me, because I don't judge anyone. I'm really very happy to help everybody. That's why I did this my job, if you want to call it in a way. So this is subliminal publicity here, I'm sorry. But no, but it's true. One of my the thing I'm really blessed is that I'm a joker, I'm a clown, and I really don't take all this thing too serious, because I always say the same at the end. You know what? We're gonna die, ladies and gentlemen. You knew that we're going to die anyway. So now that we have the answer to this very big question, are we going to die? Yes, we're going to die. From now on, try to take it, the most fun possible, because otherwise, we're going to die, and then we're going to die sad. I prefer to have fun.
So can I ask you, before you were diagnosed,
yes,
how did you find that affected you with DJing? Was it just that you were high anyway, like a natural high, so you didn't really notice it while you were DJing in clubs and stuff? Or was there still, you had big crashes during the day or when you weren't working?
No, so an episode, let's say, can come out of the blue, can happen right now in me like this, boom, and then I feel sad, worthless, and the whole shit that we know. But no, it didn't change anything. What did it change? It changed that from doing a lot of drugs back in the days, doing cocaine, doing MDMA, etc., blah blah, and doing champagne, beer, and there's all this, to going from the illegal drugs to the legal drugs. That's the way I call it. But those legal drugs are really putting me in a very nice stage. I'm not high. I'm normal. There's no normal, but let's say I'm normal. So, and that's very good what you just asked, because to the DJs who are listening to me now, or the artists, it's not true that when you're high, you compose a better song, you play better. Bullshit. And you know why? Because I've composed when I was on drugs, I've composed when I was not on drugs. I've DJed when I was on drugs. I've DJed a lot when I was not on drugs. Actually, I was DJing even better. Because when the DJ, you're so fucked up and high and champagne and drunk and cocaine and this, blah, 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 you think you're playing an amazing set. People is laughing at you, but he's laughing at you, really is laughing at you. It's, what the fuck is this crazy guy doing? So there is the shame. That's the shame, not the shame you're asking for help. And if you see me DJing nowadays, or if you see me doing music or whatever nowadays, it's it's much more, it's the same fun. I'm having the same fun, drinking Coca-Cola or water. Preferably Coca-Cola, because water I have to go too much to the loo. But during the set, which is not really, then they think, oh, he's going like 10 times to the toilet. What the hell is he doing? No, I just drank too much water. That's why I bring me Coca-Cola, so I can stay awake.
Oh, yeah, so you're not actually going there for what you used to go there in the olden days for?
In the old days, yeah. I used to go there. I didn't even give a shit where I was doing it. But also the thing and the fact that I've become, now seriously, I've become an adult man. I think I've reached the most beautiful stage somebody can reach, and it is I see myself in the mirror and I'm happy with what I see.
Yep.
And with what I hear. And I think this is cool because from that moment on, you are living a way better life in general. Because as you're not so busy with yourself, like, oh, I have too many kilos, or oh, I have to go to the gym, or something like that. All this bullshit disappears. So you have much more time in doing nicer things, and I mean, with a lot of fun. You see, so that's maybe how I could say it changed my way of playing. It changed my way because it changed my way in nothing. It changed my way, and I'm not doing drugs or champagne. It's not that I always was doing drugs and champagne. I'm gonna look like an addict, but yeah, I mean, the most beautiful stage somebody can reach is to be happy with themselves. And again, I'm going to say something that I hear and so many times on social media and everything, and I think it's bullshit. So more people will be angry with me, which I think it's fine as usual. But I don't believe in making a better version of yourself. I don't understand why people say something like that. I made a video about that, and it's like, they're expecting that the better version of them is going to do better and is going to be more happy and is going to achieve more things, etc., etc. Look, if you're not happy with the self from now, you fix it. There is no better version coming. We are not cars, no? Like in 2 years, there's a new one coming out, or an iPhone, there's a new one coming out, and a better version. So bullshit. We are who we are. If we don't like the way we are, we fix the way we are, and we go on. And if we can't fix it ourselves, well, we'll go ask for help, somebody who can. That's why what is something who is actually also like surprising me so much. Like, people give so much money out to go to the gym, to have a nice ass, to have good abs, to look good, or they give a lot of money for surgeries to look good, but it's all at the outside. It's all the outside. But then when you say, I'm a therapist and I don't feel well and I need help, blah, 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 okay, I'm going to charge you this much. What? That's too much.
Yeah.
Nothing is too much for your well-being in the head.
Yeah.
So if you really want to invest in yourself, invest in your brain, that everything is working correctly there, that you don't have traumas anymore, that you don't have phobias anymore, that you take all the garbage out of your subconscious, then you're going to look way better. Okay, you won't have the monster tits, or you won't have the best ass in the world or whatever, but honestly, in the adult world, we don't really need that. Okay, so I mean,
and when you think about it, once you've sorted,
but nothing against to the people who goes to the gym and stuff like that to take care of themselves, but they shouldn't forget about the mental hygiene as well. We have the mental gym too.
Once you've got your head where it needs to be, and as you say, you've sorted through trauma, phobias, things like that, then you're able to see the world in a completely different way.
Of course. People ask me, we don't believe you're going to turn 50. No, it's not about bragging now. But it's true, I don't have wrinkles or whatever. But you know what? I don't drink alcohol at all. And I don't do nightlife anymore. I wake up 7 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 8, why not? I have a good day. I do a lot of things. 11 o'clock in the night, 12, I'm dead. I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
This is a huge different time frame that I'm using in comparison to back then. But probably this is why I look and I feel better, because I have this, not discipline, because sometimes discipline is not even needed. Why do I say that? Because if we talk about discipline, it's because you have to do something that you don't like. Then you have to have the discipline to do it, Yeah. So do something that you like. And if you like to play football, for instance, is it for you like a sacrifice to wake up at 7 o'clock because you have to go play football? No, because you love to play football. So you're going to wake up at whatever time you want because you want to play football. So that's a little bit what I try to teach my patients or friends when they ask me for help. Like, but try to do more what you like. And if it's something that you cannot change because you have to do it. And I hate the have to thing, but at least try to put the fun element back in there. I'm tired of saying that to people, to say, put the fun element again there. And then even if it's a shitty job, at least if it's funny, doesn't feel that and why to put the fun in my shitty job? I don't know, laugh more with your colleagues, more jokes. Don't take them so much, seriously.
Yeah.
Don't get angry so fast. Stuff like that.
So tell us a little bit about neuro-linguistic programming.
Neuro-linguistic programming is, to me, still the most effective little treatment that we can use to eradicate trauma. That's for sure. I fell in love with NLP. I heard something about NLP. I went to Google because I'm really a Google fan, but to find some things to inform myself, not to accept everything what is written there. That's a very big difference. And I saw a video of Richard Bandler, the founder, actually. John Grind also, but Richard is the one who really impressed me. So I was like, I like this. I'm going to watch a couple of more videos. And a friend of mine said, no, but you have to buy that book. That book about NLP is amazing. I said, why should I buy that book? I'm going to listen to the guy who invented it. He's explaining me everything, right? So I go directly to the source. And then, since then, I think I saw every bit of video that you can find on the internet about Richard and how he's speaking and everything. That's why I really fell in love. I think that is why I really got the real knowledge, not with the courses that I did. The courses was a little bit like confirming what I already knew from watching the videos. Of course, people like to ask you for diploma. So, okay, there is a diploma. You like to watch or to see a piece of paper, it's fine too. But at the end of the day, that's what pushed me. And then when I started doing it with people and I saw directly the huge change, the beautiful relief I was giving them, the big smile back there, like 200 pounds fell off their burden, actually, Yeah. And I said, whoa, this is for me. This is for me, definitely. It's nice.
It's good. It's really good. I mean, when you explained it last time in the podcast, it sounded amazing.
If you want me to explain it a little bit again, it's not about erasing, like with Photoshop, a trauma from somebody. It's just changing the way they feel about the trauma when they think about it again, or when they hear something, let's say, who reminds them to this. People like to call it a trigger. Let's call it a trigger. But it's just something that reminds you to that horrible experience that you've been through. But then the feeling that you have is a different one. And that's the technique to use to talk, let's say, with the subconscious of the person, because there is where everything is perfectly stored. I think that's it, but it's easy. It's easy, and as I love to do that with people, because I know what's going to happen afterwards, And it's like when people come to me and they say, I say, well, how can I help you? No, what's your problem? And then the standard answer is, I have so many, I don't even know which one I should start telling you. And that's not true. That's not true, because it's just like one huge problem and the rest is, collateral damage, let's say. So when you go back and you fix that one with NLP, all the rest, disappears. You remember the Back to the Future movie? Yeah. And the guy was playing guitar and all of a sudden, the parents were fading away and stuff like that. Well, actually, this is the same. The whole problems are fading away because the clean person is back there without this trauma stuff.
Yeah.
And that's so fantastic. It's so fantastic. It's beautiful.
It is. It's amazing. And look, I think it's amazing, your career, DJing, finding out your diagnosis, becoming a therapist. And what I say to a lot of people is when they say, ones who aren't even trained in anything, they go, but I'm not trained in anxiety. I'm not trained in depression. And I said, but the main thing is you've lived it. And that's something that no one can learn how to live something. So your experience then makes you a better therapist, because there's a couple of people I've spoken to, like you, who have had a diagnosis, then become a therapist. They're the best therapists, because then, you know, they're actually talking about what they actually understand because they've lived it.
You did?
Can't buy it, can you?
I had a very beautiful podcast as well. I was with a doctor from Canada, Dr. Russell, the anxiety MD. You can find him there on Instagram. Very, very nice guy. Talking about the theme anxiety. And he has had anxiety his whole life. But then the way he explains what anxiety is and where it comes from is the same way what I think, or what it is, obviously. And there are ways to take that anxiety away, because it's like with depression. There are two kinds of depressions or two kinds of anxieties. You have the anxiety because something happened because of a trauma back then. It always comes from a trauma somewhere on your timeline, not because as a child, but also in your midlife, something, I don't know, you've been beaten up by a husband, or you've been attacked by somebody on the street. I don't know. There is a trauma. There is something not functioning. So that's why we call then anxiety or depression, because of something. So it's something that happened and later you come out. It's like something, I mean, people say, no, I'm depressed. Well, depressed, it's a very mainstream word. Not everybody is depressed. To me, the most kind of people, they are just tired of the bullshit happening since I don't know when in their life. And it goes on. And then they say, I'm depressed. No, you're tired. You need to sleep. I'm sorry, you need to sleep. Now, there is also depression caused by a trauma. So those two kinds of anxiety and two kinds of depression, one has to be treated with medication. The other one doesn't even need to be treated by medication. It's just like, if you explain them the why they feel like that, then they understand. You help them with a little bit of therapy to wipe out, all the shit happening, and make them explain. So no, not make them, to explain them, why they're feeling like that. Then is when you jumpstart their mind, their brain again. Then they go on thinking from, it's like with the car, the battery is down, depression, let's say. Then you come with those red and black cable and you do like this, and got it? Yeah. So go driving, roll. That's more or less the same with the brain.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So where can people find you, Jerry? They can find you here. What's your website? Do you remember offhand?
Website? I don't have a website.
You don't? So it's all through social media? Because I know I've found your stuff through Facebook. You're on here, Instagram.
Yes.
Do you have a YouTube channel?
I have a YouTube channel, but I don't really promote it or do anything with it. Just like a kind of a backup. If I have to upload something longer that I cannot put on LinkedIn or on Instagram, something, I just put the link and that's it. But no, I'm not active on YouTube. You can find a lot of videos talking about a lot of stuff in English, in Spanish, whatever, German also sometimes. But I'm not really like that. Oh, I need followers and subscribers and stuff. No, because at the end you're working with YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, blah 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 blah. You're busy with this and this and this. And how do you make the income? We need to work as well. But yeah, you can always find me here on Instagram. Everybody can write me. They can follow me, and it's open. I still don't understand very much why people has like private accounts. It's called social media. It's not called private media, but I respect that as well. What I love the most is to study human behavior, and then take that together and then just simplify it. Because people tend to make everything so complicated. My God, so many things we're just missing from life because we are making it complicated. Because we're thinking about a million things. I'm going to repeat this because this is something I like to say. So, to me, there are like two worlds. Let's call it two worlds. There's a world called the what if world, and a lot of people is living there with the what if. What if this is going to happen? What if my boyfriend is going to die? What if my dog is going to escape? What if the war is going to come here? What if, And then they're in the what if, and then all of a sudden they're 84 years old in their elder home. Shitty life. Now, I live in a world called so what? So there's going to be a war here. Well, then so what? So we will fix that, and fix the situation if that is going to happen at the time it's going to happen. With all due respect to the people from Ukraine and Russia, that I feel very sad. I'm very much, and it's very close to a very, very, very good friend of mine from Ukraine. But we're talking about where we are as people right now. Okay, so here in the States, there is no war. But what if? Yeah, well, you can think what if. I'm gonna think like, so what? So meaning, so what? It's not that I don't give a shit about what happened. It's just like, if it happens, then I will take a decision at that moment. But right now, I'm not going to worry about that.
Yeah.
But maybe you're going to get COVID. So what? So if I get COVID, I will get COVID, and then we will see what happens. Either I go to the hospital or either I die. I don't know what's going to happen. But right now, I'm going to limit my life just because of what if I get COVID? This is worse than having COVID, I think. To live every day like this.
To live in fear.
Live in fear, but for what? I don't understand. Yeah. I don't understand this. And at the end of the day, this is something that I'm talking more and more about. It's stress. And I said it not long ago. I said, cancer is horrible. COVID is horrible. A million things are horrible. But stress is a guarantee, 100%, for you to die.
Yeah.
That's for sure. So try not to stress out. And this now I'm really going to say, people, if you don't know how to stop with your stress or how to avoid stressy situations, etc., write me a DM. Let's talk. Because I'm really good at it. I tell you, because
you are very good at it.
No, but you know what? I had a mini brain stroke 3.5 years ago. You know why? Right. Because of stress.
Yeah.
A big, huge project I was doing didn't work out. Partner just left telling me, I was not even interested in the project in the beginning, but I had nothing else to do. Friends, we were friends like 32 years or something like that. He just said that in my face, And then the other guy, a developer, it was an application, disappeared all of a sudden. I had like 1 month left to do the whole presentation to investors and everything. All of a sudden, I only had the same thing I had 1 year before. You know what it is? Just a PDF. Wow. So when I had to cancel the whole presentation, investors tell me like, the serious guy, never call me again, shit like that. Your application is gone. Your friend is gone. I couldn't cope with it anymore. I was so stressed. And then all of a sudden, boom, that's it. Thanks God, I don't have any physical limitation, but my memory, like when you put a cigarette on a plastic bag, it went just there. So yes, sometimes I'm talking and I'm just like, okay, I'm blanco in the head. What was I talking about? Or I see a bottle of Coca-Cola. I know it's Coca-Cola, but I can say it. It's I don't know how to say it. So strange things. Sometimes people I don't recognize. Not bad sometimes either, but we could take it as an advantage. But still, I'm alive. The rest of the brain is working, hopefully. That's it. It's what I have. So, like people say, do things with what you have, not what you wish to have. So this is what I have, and with all the damages that I have, I keep on doing stuff, and that's it. I consider myself a happy person. Really.
And that's all you can do, isn't it? Be happy.
Yeah, but still, I'm happy. I'm really happy. Every day I wake up, I'm happy. I see Jay. He's laying with me in bed and he's stretching like that. I'm talking about my dog. He's stretching like this and he looks at me, and it's like, he's happy.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't I be happy? I see him, he's alive and he's good health and everything. And he gives me happiness too. So what we should be doing is, instead of being money suckers, we should be happy circles, happiness circles, and go there where we see happiness. And don't go to the toxic. Sometimes we are like drawn to go to the toxic situation. Don't do that. Don't. Why? You know it's bad for you. sometimes it's this crazy challenge that also normal people have. They want to go and see the danger. Why? Okay, we all become adults sometime, but it's much more better to be surrounded by people who makes you laugh. Not even people who are smarter or people with more intelligent, who have more money, less money, more business, less business. No. If you are surrounded by people who's making you laugh, you can do with your laugh whatever you want. That's 100%. 100%.
And look, I think
you
what you're
eliminate
saying
stress.
So what? I mean, yeah, it is a great way to think, because there are lots of things we can't change ourselves. So why are we worrying about all these things that are happening around us?
Right. And for sure, why are we going to worry about something that could happen sometime in the future? My God. We're so busy already with the present, and we want to put the whole stress of the future on top of our head also. It doesn't make sense at all to me.
No.
Right? So and for sure, people who have a mental health issue, believe me, they don't have to value you because of what you have, what you don't have. They have to value you because of who you are. So that's very important to the people. I want them to listen to this very carefully. It's not about what you have. It's about who you are. That's it. Also with money, a lot of people have a big money breakdown because of the pandemic and shit. But that doesn't mean their personality is different just because they don't have money in a certain situation. That's actually the people you have to be very careful with, because they come up again faster than you think, way faster than you think. So please, people, be nice to each other. No,
Well,
doesn't cost
Jerry,
money.
thank you so much for joining me today. It's always
I talk too much, huh? I talk too much. I know.
But it's always good. You're full of so much wisdom, and that's what I like about you. Is everything you say connects to something else, and then you just go, "Wow, actually, what he just said was this, and this," and that's brilliant. It's a gift.
I have the papers, you know that. It's on paper. No, I like to talk. I like that to give an example to the people that simple is nice.
Yeah.
Simple is nice.
All right, my friend. Well, thank you so much. If anyone wants to catch up with Jerry, you can find him definitely on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn. And he's easy to find. And yes, he does respond to you, and he likes to have a chat. And if you need some therapy with NLP, then he is a really good guy to go to and speak to.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day today, Jerry.
You too. I wish you a beautiful day. And Jen.
Thank you.
You heard?
All right.
Yeah, it is. Checking.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Bye.